senior at Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. I'm studying studio art and I'm focusing in photography and textiles. My work Isolation is a series of 8 tableau photographs about depression. 6 of these photographs are being shown at the gallery. For this series, I thought a lot about how I see depression, and in dealing with my depression, I often shut down and tend to push people away. I essentially isolate myself from people. There have been days where I haven't left my bed because of how bad my depression has been. So when thinking back on these really bad days, I kept thinking about the objects or household items that surrounded me. I knew I wanted to do something with these items. Because for me in these moments, these items feel like huge barriers keeping me from life. And of course, this is just not true. These items are just things, and I'm the only one keeping myself from life. But that is just how I have felt in these moments. So I've decided to photograph these objects with different individuals in remote outdoor locations. I shot them outdoors because I wanted to convey extreme isolation and give insight to how depression can look for some people. For further inspiration for this project, I interviewed a few people on how they experience depression. Doing this was really helpful in hearing different things that people are dealing with that I may not have experienced the same way, and then portraying those experiences in the series. I think this is a series that anyone can relate to, whether you deal with depression or not. We all can relate to feeling lonely or isolated, at least some point in our lives. I also think it was an interesting time to make a series that deals with the topic of isolation, since the majority of the world has had to practice isolating for the past 2 years. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused many people to experience depression due to isolation from friends and family members. And although I didn't make this series about my experience during the pandemic, I did keep in mind while making this series that isolation can cause depression just as depression can cause isolation. Depression looks different for everyone, and that's why it's important to talk about. So that is what I have been aiming to do in my art, to be more vulnerable and honest, even though it can be terrifying. But making this work has also been therapeutic and fulfilling. I want people to see it and be intrigued by it. But more importantly, I want the series to portray experiences that people can relate to and find solace in knowing others are going through similar things.